As a European, we are all concerned here about this new document, the National Security Strategy of the United States government, recently issued, in which, well, it's upending 80 years of Atlantic strategy, really. And that Atlantic strategy had as purpose the preservation of democracy in the Northern Hemisphere, the Northern Western Hemisphere, and to defend it at all costs, with the United States as the coordinator, and also with the one with the most important military power. Now, this administration seems to be bent on ending this, and it's quite drastic. I mean, and it's not just foreign policy, it's also what's happening in the United States. I know we shouldn't mingle in other countries or in other continents, but hey, that continent determines our security, or purported to determine our security for decades, to the point that we no longer took care of it ourselves. We're now pressed to discover that reality ourselves, that we are in fact can only rely on ourselves. So just the enormity, the shock that this gives, but not only to Europeans, but also to Americans, a lot of Americans. And what is a lot? Is it a minority because Trump won the elections? Well, perhaps we should have a look at our little friend Trump sponsor ChatGPT. And let's see what it has to say about this. So we'll type in with what percentage of the no, prompted, what percentage of the eligible voters voted for Trump in the 2024 elections. The eligible voters, so the voters, everyone who is entitled to vote in the United States. There we go. Good question. Depends a bit on how you define eligible voter. Is a reasonable data-backed estimate for the 2024 US presidential election. According to Pew Research, turnout among eligible voters will up. Donald Trump won roughly 49% of the votes cast. That translates to about 32% of eligible voters have voted for Trump. So that's less than 1/3 of Americans that are entitled to vote. But it did win. It didn't even win the popular votes. It only won 49.8% of the votes cast. So how come only 32% of Americans voted for Trump? Because 1/3 stayed at home, didn't vote. And okay, the reason for that, we know what the reason is. That's because of the majority representation voting system in the United States, unlike the proportional voting system, like in 90% of Europe. So that means that winner takes all. First past the post takes of a district, of a state, and so on. So got all these filters, which leads people to no longer vote because they know their vote just won't be counted. Appalling. But even then, with all these disillusioned voters that feel powerless, he still didn't manage to get the majority, to get the popular vote. So if Trump says, I have a mandate to do all these sweeping things that he's done, the 1,800 infractions he's made since January 20th this year, since in his inauguration, that he keeps telling, well, I have a mandate to do this. It's like a constitutional change, a huge turnout. Well, that's obviously not the case. What is the case is the majorities and the procedure for changing the constitution, which would be required if you want to do legally what he's doing. You would need to change the constitution, right? What is required to do that? What is the procedure to change the US Constitution? You should use things ChatGPT and artificial intelligence and other large language models for this purpose, because they're really good and they cannot lie. It's hard to lie about it because the facts are so blatant. So, Congress, into two-thirds in both the House and the Senate. Then there's a ratification state. 3/4 of the states need to approve. So in each state, that is a mandate to change the constitution, not 1/3 or less than 1/3 of the eligible US voters. So please stop that crap. It's a blatant lie, and it's just manipulation. It's just disinformation. And it's on and it goes on. And I can have thousands of these videos where where you go debunk, and who the hell am I? I'm European. I don't even have to do this. But by God, I hope this will never happen. Well, on the European, I mean, after all we've been through after World War One, we've been through Hitler. But everything that preceded, and we thought it was definitely behind us. But now you have this, and it's not even Trump. I mean, he's not really to blame. It's the people that still voted for him, and that's just. Is it out of ignorance? Is it out of desperation? Or is it out of sheer malice? I don't know. But I've seen these pictures of lynchings way up till the 1950s. People were hung from trees with laughing faces, watching. So that has never died somehow in American society. It was still there. It was still there waiting to be rattled, to be awoken again. And Trump, he figured that out. And now he's being abused in turn by all these dark forces behind him. Like, Heritage Foundation or the other think tanks, concerning think tanks, but also these tech bros, and that's another story. So that's not being used, and I can type in all the stuff I want in ChatGPT. It's not gonna change the reality. Is that it's destroying everything, and the courts won't be able to catch up, even if they are well intended. If they are democracy loving, let's just know what he's doing is shooting, and you have to run. Courts have to run after the bullet. That's what's happening. See you on next video of despair. Bye bye.